If you can fix these 5 money habits, you will change your entire financial future. So let's talk about what's keeping you stuck and how to finally break free. Hi, I'm Tracy from the Money Boss Show. Our channel is about all things money. We bridge the woo, the do, the metaphysical, the mindset, and the physical hustle of making money. I'm your show host, Tracy Brunette, and it is truly my passion to help you step into your personal power, make more money, and build your dream life. In today's episode, I'll show you 5 of the biggest ways that you sabotage your money and how to flip them into wealth building habits. Are you ready? Let's do this. So, as I mentioned, financial sabotage, sabotaging your money. What does that mean? It means any action that blocks your financial progress. So, what does that look like? Well, we'll dive into the 5 top ones right away. When we're all done, you're going to know 5 key things to stop and start doing that will put you on the path to being a money boss. Here's the thing. Disclaimer, it's not about shame, it's not about guilt, it's not about poor me or victim. This channel is about awareness. It's about helping you realize that there's a science to making money. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, what your financial situation is right now. There's a path for you to change your future, to change your financial future if you follow simple steps. So, disclaimer made. It's not about shame or guilt. It's about knowledge, awareness, changing, and improvement. Okay? Promise me that. So let's roll right into the 5 self-sabotaging patterns and the fixes. So number 1 is not budgeting. And if you have a budget, not sticking to it. Would you believe that there are still individuals, no guilt, no shame, that don't have a budget? To me, not having a budget is like trying to go from Manitoba, Canada to California without a map. Yikes. There's going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of potential breakdowns. You're not going to make it to California without a roadmap. Just like your financial life. If you don't have a budget, you're going to be overspending, not saving, sabotaging your money, and keeping yourself in the earn, spend, broke, earn, spend, broke pattern that society wants you in. So that you're in the rat race, so you're stuck, broke, and unhappy, and you keep showing up to your job and not stepping into your full potential. So the first one, not having a budget, it is truly flying blind. If you don't know how much your expenses are, and you are not actually physically paying cash for everything, you're just tapping away. Debit would be better, but most of the time it's credit card and we're tapping ourselves into debt because we're like, oh, I think I have money. And you're like, whoa, I overspent 2,000 this month. How'd that happen? You're running blind. So number 1 is get a budget and stick to it and work on it monthly. I even suggest taking out your money cash. It is hard to overspend when your cash is gone. When you are tapping your debit, tap in your credit card, it is very easy to spend money that you don't have. So go online, grab a budget, fill it out, stick to it. Overspending. This is going to go hand in hand with number 1. We are swiping for dopamine hits. We have lifestyle creep and we're spending beyond income. Not that many generations ago, there was not credit available. You spent what you made and that was it. But here's the thing. All of a sudden, credit became easy. And then TV hit and commercials hit and magazines hit and then social media hit. And goodness gracious, those Facebook advertisers, they know every single thing you like. And then there's Amazon. When you're bored, why not scroll through Amazon, right? Here is the thing. We are just spending to fill a void, spending to get that hit, and between you and I, don't we know when we buy that thing that we really want, that's going to change our life, that's going to make us more professional, look better, be able to achieve whatever crafty story your mind tells you? Well, we feel good. We wear it once or twice. We carry that handbag once or twice. And then guess what? It fades. Even the most exciting thing out there is usually worn off within a couple weeks. And then you need the next hit and the next hit, right? So if you have a budget, here's the trick. You put a category for your personal spending. And within that, that's your money for play to buy what you want. Once that is gone, there's no more spending. It's as easy as that. And that will make sure that you stay in line with your budget. So here's some tips that are going to make that a little bit easier. One, spend from your personal fun money for the month. And then don't dip into the credit card when that's gone. Don't dip into your other categories either. Groceries are important. Don't shop unless you need something. Here's the thing. I have stellar willpower, but guaranteed every single time I'm like, well, I don't need anything. Every single time I go to the mall, I'm like, oh, look at that beautiful blazer in the color, in the fabric. I like, oh, it's meant for me. Even my mind does that. I have stellar willpower. But the thing is, there's always going to be something that your brain will convince you it has to have. So don't go shopping just to hang out with friends to pass time. Don't shop online to scroll to pass time. Do something productive that isn't going to lure you into a shopping spree. Here is a big one. Break up with Amazon. Like I just said, don't be scrolling. Amazon always has something. Here's the trick though. Take your credit card out of your Amazon account. Gone. Just delete it. Because then every time you actually want to buy something, you're going to have to go and enter your credit card. And that gives you time to pause before you do it. See, that's the thing. I have this rule too. Pick your limit, whether it's 20 bucks, a number that's okay for you to spend that isn't going to make a big deal. If you have $200 a month that you can spend on yourself, maybe you have a $20, $30, $40 item. Anything over that, you need to walk away, go home and sit on it. Because as soon as we put that urge on the back burner for a day, for 2 days, 3 days, it goes away. And then the next urge comes. And then if you can put it into the Amazon cart, but not buy it immediately, and then make sure the credit card's not there, you wait. And then you outwait the urge because your brain will always convince you that you need it right away. It's on sale. It's right there. There's limited sizes, limited colors. We live in a society that is designed to rob us of all our most powerful resources: our time, our attention, our focus, our money, our energy, our love, everything. We are being bombarded. So, have a dollar amount. I suggest for in person. Anything over $30, you walk away and think about it. And you'll be like, well, Tracy, then I got to drive back to the mall and buy it. Here's the thing. If you get good at managing those urges, you usually don't go back and buy it because the urge is come and gone. So it's kind of that walk away rule. Walk away, don't shop unless you need something, and break up with Amazon. Put things into the waiting area, save for later, and remove your credit card. It'll make a world of difference. Just like having junk food in the house is not a great idea if you're trying to be on a diet and eat healthy. Shopping online or in person is not a great thing if you're trying to manage your expenses. And as we all know, our willpower wanes during the day. We wake up full of willpower, but how much is thrown at us? And then if we have had decision fatigue and then all of a sudden we go shopping, our willpower is done. And then we just buy that item, right? Seems straightforward, but so many of the things that we think are needs are truly wants. And while life is incredibly expensive and people are just working day and night to make ends meet, there are still a lot of luxury purchases that we do, me included, that put us in a position of spending money where we don't need to. And at the end of the day, when you go to spend money, think of that as your time. There's $30 of your time gone. $30, whatever you make, say you make 15 bucks an hour. That's 2 hours of your life you put into buying that t-shirt, buying that shirt, buying a blazer for $100. That's a lot of money, right? Those are my tips. Have your amount of money to walk away. If it's over that, if it's under that and you still have personal money in your budget, in your wallet, you can buy it. If it's under that limit, not daily limit, monthly limit. Per chance, you know what I mean? Let's say you have $200 for the month to spend on yourself. And then you're shopping and you're like, I want that shirt. It's 50 bucks. Oh, I need to walk away. Oh, I want those tights. It's $20. You could still walk away because the rule still works, but maybe you want them. So then you buy them because it's under the $30 limit. You know what I mean? These are winning habits to help you become the boss of your money and not the slave to debt. No savings goes in line with the first one and the second one. When you create your budget, put a line for savings. Then you might be like, well, Tracy, I actually don't have enough money. I just did my budget and I'm in the hole, whatever the case is. Let's hope that you have enough money to cover your bills. Otherwise, you got to start looking at those bills. What can be cut? Subscriptions. Maybe you need to narrow down your personal money if that's the last to go. Maybe you need to work part-time more, get a better job. You can think of all the different ways. But number 3 is become a saver and save first. When you get your paycheck or your monthly money, if you take it out, even if it's $20, you'll be like, Tracy, that's useless. Or I should use all my money to pay off debt. Don't. Take $20, put it somewhere in your house or straight to a bank that is not connected to your debit and start depositing $20. You'll be like, people are going to laugh at me. No, they won't. And who cares? Put it somewhere if you are going to be tempted to spend it if it's in your house. Because here is the thing. When you pay yourself first, you start to realize that paying yourself last doesn't work because there's never enough money. It's a little bit of a magician's trick. You take your 20 bucks out and in the grand scheme of things, your account's not going to miss it because that's 2 lattes at Starbucks. That probably would have been spent anyways. But you put it in a jar and then you have 20. Let's say you can afford 100 a month. Go for it. 200 a month and all your debt's paid off. Go for it. But I'm saying if you are like tight and just scraping by, take 20. Because here's the thing. Life is about thoughts and beliefs, feelings, actions, and results. And when you say, I'm going to pay myself first, because that is most important to start building a savings, you put that away. And when you don't touch it, you now change your thoughts and beliefs and identity about yourself. You're not an overspender. You're a saver now. And you'll be like, wow, yay, I saved $20. The amount doesn't matter. It's the action and the feeling and the belief and the change of identity. Because as soon as you save 20, and if you have more money that you can save, you'll be like, oh, let's up that to 50. Or I just got a raise instead of buying a new Netflix plan or something else and wasting that. Lifestyle creep is what they call it. Take that raise and start saving. Because here's the thing. While it doesn't seem like a lot of money being saved, it is the action and the confidence you're going to get in yourself that are the mini steps, but are the macro wins that happen from taking control of your money, budgeting, not overspending, saving. Those are the 3 most powerful. And while you're like, I don't know about this, Tracy, 20 bucks, Trust me, because I started and I probably couldn't have even afforded 20 bucks when I did it. I wasn't making enough and I was spending on a credit card. But sure as heck, I took my money out every month, minus some bills I paid online. And then I actually put it into envelopes. And I've continued this practice to this very day. And you'll be like, Tracy, what money boss are you? Here's the thing, no matter how much you make, you can overspend how much you make. The more you make, the more you actually spend. Look at lottery winners, NFL players. You can outspend any amount of money, believe it or not. So save what you can, and then you'll start to change your identity and you're going to become the essence of a money boss and you're going to get that confidence. So savings, number 3. Number 1, budgeting. 2, overspending. 3, savings. You can do this. While everybody's looking for a quick fix and a get rich quick scheme, you are your get rich quick scheme. Those 3 habits are the most important thing you will ever do to change your financial destiny. I don't care if all of a sudden you are making $300,000 because you're a lawyer once you get out of school and get going. If you don't do those 3, you're going to end up broke, just like a person on minimum wage. Do those 3, and I trust you. Trust me, you will change your financial destiny forever. And any financial success that you want going forward, whether that's making more money, starting a business, building your dream life, traveling, starts on the back of those 3 habits. Not investing in yourself is number 4. The biggest crying shame I have ever learned is the school system. Not the fact they don't teach us anything about money. That's a given. Watch all my other videos. But here is the thing. We think once we go to school and then even university, our learning journey is done. And actually, the way that should be treated is game on. We're getting started. University will get you in the door of the higher paying jobs. But the whole school and post-secondary education system just teaches you to get in the door and be a good employee. And while that's a very valuable step because you want a good paying job, well, that is important. That gets you a job just over broke. And it's not that employers don't want to pay you. In a business, there's only so much margin, and each position can be paid so much, right? With your top executives making the most because they have the most responsibility for making the company grow and not fail. Your salespeople, your marketing people, they're the revenue generators. Anybody from there, the positions start to get lower paying. Why? Because there's more supply in the marketplace of people that can do those jobs. It's not anything bad against those individuals. It's just supply and demand, the way the workplace works. So if you graduated from university and you're working and really hustling to get your career going, good. But I challenge you. This is the time where you say, okay, I just don't want to break even. I don't want to be stuck in the rat race. Well, now the real game starts. I, for some reason, loved learning, was very interested in money, and that's my journey. So I was like really reading to try and make money. And I thought it was going to be through a job. And I finally realized that wasn't going to lead to the wealth I wanted, security I wanted, freedom, responsibility for my own life. But all that time when I was in a job learning skills, that's so important, even if you want to go start your own business. You start learning by reading, taking courses. How can you monetize skills, services, products, things you learn in the workplace? Let's say you're a graphic designer. Get your job, and then the evenings and the weekends, build your side business, pending work stuff. Don't yell at me. I don't want to get you in trouble, but that's the thing. Use your job to get by and your evenings and weekends to build your dream life. That's the way to do it. So invest in yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the CEO. You're the person that will make your life happen. Nobody's coming to scout you, to pick you. Nobody's going to see your greatness and say, wow, here's a $50,000 raise, Tracy. Hey, I was hoping that was what was going to happen. I realized every single time, every single level, if I wanted it, it was me going, I'm doing it. I'll pick myself and I'm going to make sure this happens. And it starts by reading. There are so many books in the library, at the bookstores, about financial literacy, about budgeting, about how to launch a side hustle. Books that will make you a millionaire if you opened it and read it. Like, the problem isn't you. The problem isn't your lack of money, your lack of rich genetics. You have the ability to learn how to make money just the same as anybody. So, not investing in yourself is mistake number 4. And so many people are like, I'm going to invest in the stocks to be rich. And here's the truth. Unless you are making $100,000 a year or more, your best investment is you. If you have $1,000 to invest, figure out what you may want to do. Learn more about it. Take a sales course if that's going to help you sell better in your class. Take a course online about launching courses, monetizing your talent. Anything that you can do to invest in yourself and your skills and knowledge is going to reap dividends. Invest in yourself. And number 5, give your money a goal. This goes along the lines with budgeting, but it's what is going to actually make you want to budget. Here's the thing. You're going to take how much you make and put it in your budget. And then you're going to put your expenses, and hopefully at the end, there's some extra money. Then if you haven't set aside some savings already, take that extra money, put a line item, and give it all to savings if your debt is paid off. At the end of the month, you want 0. You want to give every single dollar you make a job. If you have debt, make sure to put your little bit of savings, whether it's 20 or $50, and then what's left, put that towards debt payment so that you're building a little bit of a savings while you're at it and creating that habit, and then paying off debt with your extra money. Not Amazoning it, not Louis Vuitton bagging, shopping for bags. Give your money a goal. Why? Because here's the thing. Your emotion is stronger than your logic and your willpower. I was just reading about this. So what does that mean, Tracy? My emotions always say they need something new. Well, here's the thing. Let's work with our emotions and use them. What is something that you want to do so badly? It probably comes to mind right away. Or if you don't, think of something. Dream big. Maybe it's saving money to take a course. Maybe it's saving living expenses so that you can go back to school. Maybe it is taking a trip and not putting on a credit card, going to Europe, saving for a wedding, saving for a reno for your house. I don't know what that is, but find something that excites you. Because unless you can tap into a strong, burning desire and get that emotion behind your savings and your desire to be a money boss, lukewarm intentions usually don't get it done. If you're like, okay, whatever, I have a credit card. I'm in so much credit card debt already. It doesn't matter. Maybe the emotion is getting good and sick and frustrated with the amount of consumer debt that you have. And you go, heck to the no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm stopping spending. I'm getting a budget and I'm paying that debt off, come what may. Tap into those emotions. If you are wired and you've seen people in your family be in debt and overspend, and maybe they were gamblers or they wasted their money or they didn't have money to pay the bills, if there is something that you can tap into that's going to spark your emotion and give you a strong why, because at the end of the day, if you don't have a strong why, your willpower is going to wane and your desire to follow the budget not buy that item is going to fall to the wayside. You need to want your goal so bad that you actually start to commit to it and get all your personal power behind it. Getting out of debt is a great one. Because here's the thing. When I introduce a channel, I say we are here to help you step into your personal power, make more money, and build your dream life. Money and personal power go hand in hand. The number one most important thing that you can do in this lifetime is take control of your money. And you'll be like, oh, Tracy, that's wrong. It's finding somebody to love. It's eating healthy. It's exercising. Well, those are all important, but I'm going to challenge you that if you have a strong financial foundation of budgeting and being smart with your money, it is going to ripple. I'm going to say riptide to all those other areas of your life. Because if you think of it, money touches everything. It touches your health. Why? Because it stresses you out. And our mindset and what we think and our thoughts can make us physically ill, right? So it touches our health. Not only that, if you get good with your money, you can actually afford to help your body by buying better quality food and supplements, right? And here's the kicker: relationships. Majority of relationships come to an end. That is very negative. 50%, 60% of relationships end. One of the biggest reasons, financial. So if you're younger, all the better. Doesn't matter what age you are, you can still take control of your finances. Why? Because it is the thing to do. And number two, if you want a peaceful relationship that's built with harmony and fulfillment and happiness versus fighting about bills and stress, and then divorcing and going, oh, well, we just fell out of love. Well, no, you were so stressed financially that you bickered all the time, and that killed the love. A lot of my friends have been divorced. They don't even know it. But the reason they divorced, a large part, of course, there's chemistry, falling out of love, all of those things. But if we all didn't have to worry about money and stress and fight about it, there would be a lot more harmony in our relationships. And I'm going to say there'd be a lot more relationships that would last. So give your money a goal. Getting out of debt is a great one. Then savings. Save a little, get out of debt, work on those two. You should be your first two goals. And then set those fun and sexy goals. I actually think getting out of debt is the most sexy goal you could ever do, to be honest. Because a powerful woman, a powerful man that controls their money, there is nothing more capable and attractive than that. Because you can take care of yourself and you can take care of others, right? Give your money a goal. Save, get out of debt, and then work on those fun ones from there, okay? Emotions are more powerful than reasoning. The stronger your why, the stronger the emotion, the more your mind and body are going to go, oh, okay, I like this, versus, oh, I don't want to save 20 bucks. It doesn't matter. Let's go get a latte. I don't want to get out of debt. We're so far, we're never getting out of this. Connect your money goal to a strong burning why, whether it's a good one or whether it's what we'd call a negative one. You don't want to be like your overspending alcoholic parents, whatever it is. You can be pulled towards a goal, saving for a trip, or pushed by pain of not being where you are, pain of not being like your family of origin, whatever it is. Tap into that and use that to make sure that your money goals are achieved. There we are. There are your 5 self-sabotaging patterns and how to fix them. Budget, don't overspend, save, invest in yourself as the CEO of your life, and give your money a goal. If you can conquer these 5 money habits, you will be financially unstoppable. And then I promise from there is when you start making the big jumps to more exciting money goals and starting to work towards being financially free. But first, start the foundation of being a money boss, and that comes from these 5 goals. You can do this. I believe in you. If you enjoyed this episode, tune into the Money Boss Collective online, moneybosscollective.co. Sign up for our newsletter. I email you once a week when there's new episodes, and it will help you be part of a community that is working to become a money boss, because you can absolutely do it. I believe in you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.